When I was growing up, my father would say, I'm an atheist. And we never really believed him. And I'm amazed I ever wrote this poem, and I cannot believe I'm even saying this. My mother, she was a Jesus freak. And as a child, I just saw it as a wolf that fell in love with the sheep. She's probably watching TD Jakes right now as I speak. She would ask my father to go to church with her every Sunday of every week, and not one time did that man ever move to get out of his seat. I can't think of once he ever got to his feet. And it's not like he didn't truly believe in God. You see, my father was cheap, and it's not like I come from this poor black family with nothing to eat. My daddy's pockets was deep, and back then, grown folks didn't like to hear children speaking just for saying too much. My daddy would put a switch to my backside and make me go have a seat, but this one day, I asked my father a question. I thought I would just take a chance. And since I was asking the question, I had on my favorite plain jeans with them thick patches on the back of my pants. I said, Daddy, Mama said that the Lord loves us all and that Jesus is her crutch. So how come you don't go to church, Daddy? And he said, boy, it costs too much. And 10% for them people ain't never enough. And I ain't got it like that. And times is rough. He said, let me ask you a question, boy. What gives you the right to ask grown folks that type of stuff? And I had good sense to know when enough was enough, because even as a child, I knew when I was doing too much. So I said in my little boy voice, Daddy, I just thought I would ask. And although that seems like yesterday, 30 years have passed. So now I find myself sitting in our church, this church, with the dumbest look on my face, wishing the question that I had asked my father I could just go back and erase. Because when it comes to paying tithes, doing for the church, am I truly my father's son? With so much work to do around church, what have I done? And when my son said, Daddy, do you give 10% of your money to the Lord? I wanted to cry, because not only is that one heck of a question for a 5-year-old, it was good enough to get me to lie. So am I more of a man than my father? I doubt it, because he was more of a man never to lie about it. So I asked to be forgiven, because that's something I can work on as long as I'm living. And at times it seems like I was a better man in prison. I've learned in order to have anything, you must give something away. And I guarantee you, the Lord will outgive us every single day. So has my pastor ever needed my help and I just looked the other way? Have I ever been expecting to receive but didn't pay my tithes or take the time to pray? And if my son was to ask me that same question today, he asked me back in the day, what would I say? I don't know. But I know this. I know I ain't gonna cry, because this time my son's father doesn't have to lie.